Suiku ika anare, mevatiga. Good evening, everybody. How are we all today? Just doing a quick video for a comparison of the newly released MISC Fortune salvage ship versus the currently existing Drake Vulture. We have got the in-game advertising video footage ready to go, so let's just give that a quick watch, and then we'll dive on into the comparisons.
Luck. She's a fickle thing. But not fortune. Fortune's made. It's hard work. It's knowing what's out there and having the will to find it. That's what a salvager's best at. A wreck like this, sorta, whispers to you. Tells you all its hidden secrets. Its rich past. Keeps you company out here alone. You just gotta learn how to speak the language. All you need is your ship, your skill, and your own two hands to get you to that ruin at the edge of the galaxy. Ships don't stop wrecking, and salvagers
No,
never
didn't
stop
show us the
scrapping.
transition there.
Earning enough
So much
to take
unsecured
them
salvage.
to the next place. And Fortune, she has a funny way of coming back to you. If you know where to find her. She's waiting. Introducing the MISC Fortune.
And a nice little nod to the Fight for Pyro event that's going on in the verse at the moment for this bit. So we've got the Headhunters purple there. Ship there. And have the Frontier Fighters on that one. Two of the factions that you can, of the three that you can choose to side with. So, opinions. Like being a bit freaky there, okay. Never mind, pressing on. Main thing I can think from watching that, the single salvage head versus the Vultures 2, you're going to lose out on utility there. For example, you can't tractor a piece of salvage and scrape it at the same time, because you are stuck with the one or t'other. Theoretically, the MISC has had a max fill of 41 SCU of salvage, where I think the most I've managed to get into my Vulture was 33, but there'll be people who've managed to cram even more than that. However, that does require you to go EVA, move things around, and load it up from the rear cargo lift, whereas the Vulture, you can do it all internally. The MISC does have the auto-dispensing onto the cargo grid that the Vulture has, which is a nice bit of utility, versus you having to manually unload the Vulture's processor into the grid there. Now, I have discussed this with some of the other guys in the Archivon Corporation, and it could be an interesting little group play dynamic with those external cargo racks as well, depending on if you can unload straight off them into your teammate's hauler. Don't know if you'll be able to with the shields up, but that's a question for other people who've actually got the MISC to test. So they are both the same price on the pledge store. And for me personally, I much prefer my Vulture. On paper, yes, the MISC has got the greater range, but I don't personally see that as much of an issue for when you're doing solo salvaging. We don't know if there's going to be any changes to structural salvage, because when it was first released, as you can see just over my shoulder there, the Vulture has got the grinder, which the intention was that we'd be able to feed bits of the structural salvage into that and it would be processed, much like with the Reclaimer, which was basically built around a large grinding factory. So as to whether that's a change of direction and beams are going to be the way forwards, which is the system we're using at the moment, who knows? I will admit I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping for something built off the Starlancer frame, something as a sort of midpoint between Vulture to Reclaimer. But as one of my associates has pointed out, a bit more variety in the verse is always nice, and aesthetically and utility-wise, I will be sticking with my Vulture. I don't see myself switching to it. Not really sure what else there is to say. Nothing else that I can think of, anyway. That has been a quick review on my opinions of it. I haven't got access to one to give it a try and a fly, but hopefully that's something for you guys to ponder on. Admittedly, it is available slightly cheaper on a Warbond with a lifetime insurance package, but I don't see it. It's not something that I personally see sticking with. Although it is nice to see it's another variant of the Prospector. I'll give it that. They have taken one of the MISC hulls and repurposed it for another function. But I also I'm not very keen on the MISC aesthetic. I'll be honest there. That's my 2 Alpha UEC on it. Agree, disagree, feel free to discuss in the comments, I guess. I do stream on Twitch, getting up to all sorts of nonsense with my compatriots in Archivon Industries as well as a couple of other places. Not a lot else to say, but do please come check me out, and hopefully we'll see you in the verse. Have a good one.